All right, first border crossing from New South Wales to South Australia. Now, I do find border crossings really exciting, even though domestic Australian borders aren't very eventful. They're a bit of a non-event, but the only thing is there was a half-hour time change. Welcome to South Australia. Look at that view!
In South Australia I was born.
That is awesome!
In South Australia round Cape
What a welcome to South Australia.
All the way you're rolling king. All the way you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, heave away, haul away. It was there I met Miss Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia.
Right, so just talking to the lady that runs the servo there, she said it's an easy road getting up to the ruins there. The caravans coming up here just with little small cars and stuff, and a lot of bikes as well, so she goes, just be careful, take it easy, just like any dirt road. So I'm pretty excited. This one's going to be the first true test of the bike on some really off-road with that road. So.
Yeehaw! All right, here we go. Yes! Right, now this is a real test for me. It's a very remote, isolated road that oh my God, look at these signs. Well, it's all open, which is all good. Yes! Look at that! Jeez, check out this sign. Is it just me, when you see a series of signs like that and then the road turns to dirt into the middle of nowhere, it's I'm aroused. Well, probably the wrong word, but how good's this? Yes! They're motoring along. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see the ruins off in the distance there. I mean, it's a wonderful location. Look at that. Look at the views. Who would have thought it would have been a good idea to come out here? Looks like an old rusty car over there. That must be the old hotel. Alright, let's go have a sticky beat. Well, places always seem to last the distance, don't they? That looks like a really old bottle, that. Or it could be wrong, it could be fairly new, who knows. Alright, now because I've done my homework, I've got some notes here to give you some stats on the place. Initially settled in 1873 with the discovery of gold, and about 1.5 tonnes was pulled out of the ground. Population of about 750, but 100 years later it was totally abandoned and it lost its status as a township. And this is what you're left with today. Gold. Make you do silly things. Wow, this is crazy. Holy crap. Wow. Oh my God, that was awesome. Holy shit, look at my jacket, man. That was awesome. It was total whiteout. Oh, the stupid things you do, hey? Man, how good was that? Man, that was awesome. It was so good getting covered in dust by the truck. What I should have done, and in hindsight, I should have just shut the engine down so it's not breathing in all that dust through the filter, because wow, that dust got everywhere. But you know, you live and you learn. That's one for the toolkit for next time. Alright, quarantine station 1k ahead. Oh, this is exciting. G'day mate, how are you?
Right. Where have you come from?
I've come from Broken Hill.
So if I look in your bags, you got any fresh fruit?
I got no fruit.
Just bananas, anything?
No fruit, no veggies, no nothing.
Just follow this car out.
Yep, cheers. And just like that, we're through. You know what, it reminds me of the border crossings I used to do in Europe with the bus. Like border crossings going in and out of the EU, for example, going from Estonia into Russia. You know, that's a full-on hard border with customs, immigration. They check your paperwork, they stamp this, they stamp that. And I remember one time I needed 7 stamps and I only had 6. I didn't know I needed the 7th and he sent me back. The lady closed the window on me, so then I had to wait around. The passengers are looking at me saying, well, why are we waiting? And anyway, I had to end up bribing them to get through. So, and that's just the bloke just doing his job. You got any fresh fruit? No. All right, away you go. Happy days. Now, while I was riding along, I kept getting all these, it felt like rocks hitting my boots as I'm riding along. And then I had a look down, I could see all squashed bugs and everything. I thought, why are there so many bugs? Well, they give you a hint. Locusts. Okay, so this little dirt road's taking me to a place called Magnetic Hill. And it's a bit of a novelty really, because it's supposed to be an uphill and cars travel, you put it in neutral, take the brakes off, and the car appears to travel uphill. Hence they call it Magnetic Hill. So, whether or not that applies to motorcycles as well, we soon shall see. Right, turn off the ignition, select neutral, brakes off. Alright, there's neutral. It works! What a load of shit this is! No way! That's awesome! Wow! Okay, let's just try that again. Hang on. Alright, stop here. Okay, let's neutral. Yep, brakes off. Shit! That's an optical illusion. There's no way that really works.
So there you go. Magnetic Hill does work. Now, there are 4 magnetic hills in Australia, so add one to your trip for a good giggle. Next stop is just up the road, and another amazing thing to see. On this trip, I really want to get amongst nature, and this is definitely one of those times. Now, I can't say that I've ever gone out of my way to see just one single tree, but apparently it's pretty special. Okay, now we're at the giant red gum here in a place called Orroroo. Funny name, but it's quite a significant place on this trip in particular anyway. Number one, this tree, it's 500 years old. Secondly, this place here, this exact spot here by this tree is my crossover point. So even though I'm traveling from Sydney all the way to Perth and then back to Sydney again, the route that I'm taking is in a shape of a figure 8. And where those two lines meet, where they cross over, is right here in Orroroo. And the funny thing is, it's only day 4, so we've still got another 34 days to go. So it'll take me 4 days to get back to Sydney from here at the end of it. So that leaves a chunk of 30 days, which goes to show you how much awesomeness there is to cover on this trip, on this next section of the trip. So from here all the way out to Perth and back here again, it's going to take a month. Look at the size of this thing. She's a beauty. Look at this. Hey. Look at the size of the branches. Wow. Wow, if those things fall down, man, I'm lights out. Okay. It's quite spooky because you know gum trees do drop branches like a mofo. You beautiful old thing, hey? Geez, you could tell some stories. So she's 500 years old and a circumference of almost 11 meters.
It's just massive. As my son would say, it's massive. So admire how clean the bike is, because I'm sure by the time I get back here, after going through the Great Central Road, the Oodnadatta track, the Birdsville track, it's going to be filthy. So, and I'm not going to have a chance to, and I don't want to wash it anyway. Let's be honest, it looks 10 times better when it's dirty.